Okay, so on today's webinar, we're going to be discussing a revolutionary program that incorporates a GAP plan, a wellness plan, two different IRS tax codes, and ultimately gives both employers and employees a completely different employee benefits experience. So the cornerstone of the program is a GAP plan. And unlike a hospital indemnity plan that only covers expenses if you get admitted to the hospital, this is a true GAP plan that covers more than just hospitalization. It covers outpatient claims as well. So, things that your major medical insurance plan doesn't cover, and it covers them in full. So things like deductibles, coinsurance, lab and x-rays, urgent care, things like that. But what makes it unique is that it also has a wellness benefit. And in times like these where people are hyper concerned about their health, this is really valuable as a benefit, and I'll talk about how that works in just a moment. So long story short, the program just gives employees better overall coverage. So let's start off with a GAP plan and talk about how it works. Basically it reimburses employees up to $5,000 for their first $5,000 in medical claims, excluding doctor visit copays and prescription drug copays. So whatever your plan deductible is, or your coinsurance, or again, lab work, hospitalization, trips to the emergency room, urgent care, all of that is covered by the GAP plan. Again, very different than a standard hospital indemnity plan. So here's how it works. In order to qualify, the employees take a biometric exam at open enrollment. So again, once a year, and this comes at no cost to the employee and also no cost to the business either. The examiner comes out with us on site at open enrollment, and the entire exam only takes about 3 minutes, 4 minutes max per employee. So when the broker's doing the open enrollment, we coordinate the scheduling of the examiner to match up with enrollment day. And the technology is really cool. In fact, we did this for our own employees at my firm, so I experienced this process firsthand myself. So the machine calculates your body mass index, your weight, blood pressure, etc. And once enrolled, if and when the employee has a medical claim, the employee snaps a picture of the bill with their smartphone, which uploads it to the GAP Plan's app. The app then notifies the GAP insurance carrier, and when they receive the notice, the GAP insurance carrier then adjudicates that bill and then deposits the claim amount up to $5,000 into the employee's checking account electronically, and then the employee can pay their bill after they receive that deposit. So what's cool is the employee doesn't have to pay for the bill up front and then wait for the reimbursement money from the GAP carrier. They receive that GAP claim money before they have to pay the provider's bill, so they're not having to float that bill. So as an example, let's take a look at a $6,000 claim because, let's face it, most employees don't really understand how their health insurance plan actually works. Most employees don't really understand how to calculate what their health insurance plan covers and what it doesn't cover. So they really have no idea how much their medical bill is going to be in the event of, in this example, a $6,000 claim. So let's assume the employee has major medical insurance, employer-sponsored group health insurance. On a $6,000 medical claim, the employee would have to pay their plan deductible first. So in this hypothetical example, let's say their plan deductible is $3,750. All right, that would leave $2,250 remaining. If the plan's coinsurance is covered at 60%, that means the employee would have to pay the other 40% of the remaining balance. And so 40% of the remaining balance would be $900. So with the deductible expense plus the coinsurance expense, the employee would have to pay $4,650 out of pocket. But the GAP plan pays up to the first $5,000 in claims, which wipes out the $4,650 expense completely. And the only things the GAP plan doesn't cover are prescription drug copays and doctor visit copays. So let's just say on this plan, the doctor visit copay is $45. In this case, for the $6,000 claim, the employee's total out-of-pocket expense is only going to be $45 versus over $4,000 if they didn't have the GAP plan. So think about how much richer the employee benefits plan becomes for the employee. This is a package that the employer could never dream of offering their employees at a reasonable cost. And God forbid the employee gets a service done by an out-of-network provider or an out-of-network facility. Like, for example, their doctor might be in the network, but the hospital or the surgery center might be out of network, which is going to cost the employee an arm and a leg. Or let's say the surgery center is in network, but the available anesthesiologist is out of network. I mean, what are they going to do? Postpone the surgery until an in-network anesthesiologist is available, right? Of course not. It's not going to happen. So these are just some of the hidden costs that the employee is going to incur, even with the richest health insurance plan. In this case, the GAP plan will reimburse for all of that. Now, the procedures and claims have to be medically necessary and apply to their medical insurance to qualify. All right, so the GAP plan isn't going to reimburse for like nose jobs and boob implants, for example, right? But anything that would fall under the health plan's deductible or the health plan's general coverage would be reimbursed by the GAP plan. Again, excluding doctor visit copays and prescription drug copays. So the question is, how much does this GAP plan cost? Okay, so first off, the employee gets a $300 per month subsidy every month, tax-free, just for doing the annual biometric exam. Basically, the insurance company has all the actuarial data to prove that by tracking the employee's health, that their claims exposure is going to get reduced. So it's a wellness benefit, and that's approved by IRS Tax Code Section 213, which means they get that $300 monthly biometric exam bonus on a tax-free basis. Now, the actual premium for a single 28-year-old is $498 gross pre-tax. So at the 30% tax bracket, the after-tax premium is only $349. And the $300 bonus hits the employee's checking account on payday, so they're really only out of pocket $49. So depending on the type of payroll cycle the group is on, let's say it's bi-monthly or 24 cycles per year, the $300 monthly bonus and the payroll deduction would be broken into two. So an additional $150 would hit their checking account per pay period in this example. So they would see $24.50 net less hitting their checking account per pay period, which is half of the $49 net monthly cost. Okay, so the question is it worth it for the single 28-year-old to spend $49 per month to get the first $5,000 on medical claims wiped out 100%, excluding doctor visit copays and prescription drugs? And just to put it into perspective, a different, very well-known voluntary benefits carrier has a $5,000 hospital indemnity plan that costs $63 per month in premium. Now, if the employee was at the 31.3% tax bracket, their after-tax net cost would be $43, but it would only cover hospitalization. Right? The GAP plan covers hospitalization inpatient, but it also covers outpatient claims as well, which are a lot more likely to happen. Again, things like lab work, x-rays, urgent care, things like that. So a net $49 a month is a heck of a deal to wipe out the first $5,000 in medical claims, whether they be inpatient or outpatient. However, there is a second part to the program, and that is the wellness component. So with this wellness program, they get a health coach, and they're eligible for $50 bonuses each time they talk to the health coach, up to 2 consultations per month maximum. Now, they can do this by scheduling a phone call, or they can chat with them online, or they can even text them directly. And each time they do one of these things, the employee receives a $50 wellness bonus, up to 2 bonuses per month. So basically, they're eligible for up to $100 in wellness bonuses per month. So if the net cost of the plan is $49 per month, and they receive $100 in additional wellness bonuses per month, they actually make a $51 per month tax-free gain. So what a lot of these employees will do is roll that surplus into a benefits bank to purchase essential voluntary benefits. Things like disability benefits, critical illness, cancer, life insurance, those types of things. So let's go through the mathematics on this again. So on this 28-year-old, the after-tax cost is $349. They get the $300 coming back to them every month from the biometric exam benefit. So if you add those together, the actual out-of-pocket cost for the employee is only $49 per month. Now, if they decide that they want to talk to the health coach twice a month, they get $50 a pop, which means they end up with a $51 monthly surplus. And again, they can use that surplus to fund essential voluntary benefits. Now, these are the numbers for a young single employee. The question is, how does it work for an older employee with dependents? Well, the grand irony is it actually works even better because the dependents get credit for the wellness benefit bonuses too. So here's a 43-year-old single mom with 2 kids. Her after-tax cost is $1,000, but she gets the $300 biometric exam bonuses for her, but she also gets it for her 2 kids. So that's 300 times 3, that's $900 coming back to her per month tax-free, taking the net out-of-pocket cost to $104. Now, if she talks to the health coach twice a month, she'll end up with a surplus of $196 per month. I mean, that's a nice, healthy budget to spend on additional voluntary benefits. And that's one of the tremendous values we bring to the benefits brokers we work with. We're literally creating the funds for the employees to spend on voluntary benefits. Okay, lastly here, let's look at a 52-year-old male with a family. His net cost is only $49 a month. I mean, look at that right there, right? I mean, can you think of any reason why he wouldn't do this? I mean, by the way, he could keep his inpatient benefit at $5,000 and drop his outpatient benefit to $2,500 and end up with a $2 monthly net cost. So this is $5,000 for inpatient, $5,000 for outpatient. But if he decided that he didn't need the full $5,000 in outpatient reimbursement, he could drop it to $2,500 and again reduce his net monthly cost down to $2. Now, if he talks to his health coach and keeps his outpatient benefit at $5,000, he's still going to end up with a $251 surplus each month. I mean, he's got to do this, right? Regardless of what his health insurance plan's deductible is. I mean, this is giving him unmatched medical coverage and a huge monthly budget to spend on essential voluntary benefits. And even if his spouse and kid are covered on his spouse's employer's medical insurance plan, he can still enroll on this plan, cover his dependents at $5,000 in first dollar coverage each as well, and still have a $251 net surplus each month. Now, of course, his dependents don't have to do the biometric exam. Just the employee has to do the biometric exam to qualify for the biometric wellness bonuses for the employee themselves and their dependents, because technically it's a family plan. So the dependents get credit for that bonus as well. And even if the employee isn't even on their employer's health insurance plan, because the entire family is covered on their spouse's employer's plan, the employee can still enroll in this plan, and they can enroll their family on this plan as well to cover themselves and cover their family too. Okay, and so lastly, this plan also saves the employer a significant amount of money on their FICA taxes. So it's not just a benefit to the employees. The employer gets the benefit also. So let's take a look at that. We'll look at the savings on a 46-year-old employee with a spouse and kid. Now with the GAP plan, their taxable income is reduced from the payroll deductions, which means the employer saves a little over $100 per month on this one employee. Now, there's an administration fee for the wellness program of $39 per month, and that's for an employee plus family. It's a little bit less if it's a single employee, but that $39 is washed out by the FICA tax savings. So the monthly savings on this one employee alone is over $73 per month, and that includes the administrative fee, which comes to a total annual savings of $881 per year for the employer just on this one employee. So let's say the employer had, say, 40% of their employees were like this one, and 60% of their employees were young and single. On the right-hand side, here's an estimation of how much the employer would save per year based on how many employees they have. And that's, again, just on FICA tax savings from the GAP plan. That's pretty darn significant. And then from an enrollment option standpoint, our program can be either enrolled face-to-face. It could also be enrolled over the phone via screen share, which in today's times is becoming more and more important. And we even have a video-driven self-enrolling technology where employees can watch short videos that explain how the program works, and then they can enroll themselves online. So basically, we set up the group ahead of time to coordinate payroll schedules and wellness bonus deposits, and then the employees get emailed a link that takes them through a very easy to follow self-enrollment process that's really no different than them ordering food to be delivered online. Again, they watch a short video, they fill out their information, click, 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 and they're enrolled. Total enrollment process per employee for the GAP plan, 7 minutes. And I know this from personal experience because I timed how long it took me to enroll myself in this program, and it took a total of 7 minutes.